Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl KP here, and I'm super duper excited today because this is my very first YouTube video. So I'm super excited to start my YouTube channel because I've been wanting to start one for over 2.5 years, and here I am. Today is December 31st, 2019. So yes, last day of the year, last day of the decade. I'm not sure what direction my YouTube channel is going to go in, but if you're with me right now, subscribe and you'll follow my journey and grow with me. So I'm just going to get right into it. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a single mom of a 10-year-old boy. I cook, I do hair, I own a WaistBead company, and I sell and make handmade WaistBeads. I'm into nature. I'm always in nature, so you'll probably see a lot of my videos outside. I'm into anything holistic and natural, and I'm into fitness, and I'm a beginner's yogi. I love yoga, so you'll probably see a little bit of everything coming from me for now until I get the hang of YouTube. So today I'm going to be releasing my WaistBeads. Yes, I'm going to be cutting off all of my WaistBeads. I just heard a gasp all over the world from all my bead babes, like, wait a minute. So let me just tell you a little bit about WaistBeads before I go all the way there. So let me tell you, I started my WaistBead journey about 2 years ago when I was going through, I didn't know at the time, a spiritual journey and also a weight loss journey. And I got my very first pair of WaistBeads tied on to me, and I just loved the way that they made me feel confident, sexy, boosted my self-esteem. I liked the idea of them. I learned about the history of them, and once I started wearing them, you know, a lot of my girlfriends were asking me about them, and you know, they were just intrigued by them. So I really wanted to get some more WaistBeads. I found them to be a little bit expensive, so I just ended up making my own. So boom, the birth of KP Beads was born. I've been on this WaistBeads journey for about over 2 years. It's been great. I love my WaistBeads. I love the idea of them. I love the whole tradition of them, and I enjoy making them. And I really appreciate all my customers, all my bead babes. Thank you. It's been a great year this year. Okay, so why did I cut off my WaistBeads? I cut off my WaistBeads because you know, just like any other object, your WaistBeads hold energy, and it was just time to release that energy. Like, it was a long decade. It was a hell of a decade. It was a hell of a fucking year, and even though some of those WaistBeads I've been wearing since my beginning of my WaistBead journey, over 2 years ago, it was just time to release that energy from trauma that I've experienced, from emotions that I've held on to that, you know, clung to my WaistBeads, from sexual partners that I've had that were still engaged with my WaistBeads, to strangers just touching my WaistBeads when I'm out. It was just time to let. It's time to get rid of them. I'm so excited. Okay, so let me tell you also. So I don't too much wear a lot of my WaistBeads that I make, only because I want to make sure that I support other beaders. I love supporting other beaders, so you'll find me buying, like when I go to events and things, I make sure I stop at someone's stand and make sure I buy their WaistBeads. And then last but not least, this one is the reason why I didn't want to do this in the beginning, but then I just kind of had to get out of my mind. But this one was the very first pair that I got, that was gifted to me by Daisha. Thank you, Daisha, for my WaistBeads. Been having them on for over 2 years. So like I said, this one was very sentimental to me because it was the very first one that I got and gifted to me, and yeah, it's just time to let go of old energy and things like that. So here we are. I'm so excited to actually release these beads. I wanted to do some type of prayer, but I think I'm just going to do that off camera and be a little bit more personable off camera. But for now, we're just going to get right into it. But, oh, let's do this. All right, so here we go. I'm so excited. Huh? All right, so I'm just going to do it. Okay, this is really, okay, let me just, all right. I release anything that's attached to these beads that I no longer need. Oh, this feels so weird, but it feels so good. And there you have it. So I haven't put out the vlog of my waist bead release from the New Year's Eve. But if you follow me on Instagram, my business page, kp.beads, you would have seen a post about me cutting my waist beads. So with that being said, it wasn't intentional for me to cut the beads on New Year's Eve. It just happened that day. And then I had no plans of when I was going to get new beads, when I'm going to put new beads on, like anything. I was just literally going with the flow, allowing this new bead journey to manifest and, just unwrap as it goes. So with that being said, a thought came to mind one day last month, probably right at the beginning of Aquarius season. And I was like, you know what, my birthday's coming up. I'm going to put on my new beads on my birthday. And so that was that. So now, before the new year even hit, I ended up buying beads from another beader. I don't know if you can see the colors, but it's actually 3 strands. These 2 blues and then this pink. They kind of come on this long cord, and they're actually on cotton, as you can see. So I'm going to tie those on. So when I got these, this was sometime in December. I was just like, oh yeah, new beads from a new beader, cool. But then I was just like, you know what? But I want to get rid of these old ones before I put the new beads on. And that's kind of what sparked the whole notion of I need to get rid of all of my beads and get new beads. So I've been having these beads since December. I just never put them on because, again, like I said, I knew I was going to get rid of my old beads. So got rid of all my old beads on New Year's Eve. Cut them all off, actually just a few feet away in this outside the bubble, back in the nature preserve. Just wanted to release them in nature. Got rid of those beads, and I only had 1 strand on it. That strand was also a tie-on pair. Now that strand was a strand from a cousin of mine that gifted me those. He went to go visit Africa, and he gifted me those beads. And so, I just wanted to keep those beads on for sentiment values, and then also because they were authentic African tie-on waist beads, and I just wanted to keep them. So when I cut all the other ones, those were the ones that stayed. And what I ended up doing was just saging them on the new moon. I believe January 10th, and I just saged them, and set an intention for them. Left it how it was. Boom. Went on a women's retreat like that following weekend. Came back from the retreat, refreshed and everything, and I go to said cousin's house, was babysitting my son at the time, keeping my son while I was away. And I was just sitting on his couch that evening, and next thing I know, I feel some gritty stuff at my feet. Pulled the covers back, and there's my beads, my African waist beads. They were broke. Didn't even know when they broke. Didn't even feel them pop or anything. But I took that as a sign of the universe telling me, because honestly, I tried to test the universe. That's what it was. I tried to test the universe and not being true in my intentions. And one pause real quick. My word for the year 2020 is be intentional or intentional. So the universe is telling me that I wasn't being intentional with my belief and my journey. So if I cut those beads off to release all that energy, to let go of anything, like I had my very first pair of waist beads on for 2 years straight, and someone gifted those to me, and I cut them off. Like I just wanted to cut it all off, no matter how sentimental it was. But I kept those African ones. So that was the universe letting me know that it's okay to let those go too. Like, because you can go to Africa again, somebody else can go to Africa again, or you can buy some from a vendor in Africa and get some sent to you. I say all that to say that I still had that old energy still on me. That sage wasn't gonna get rid of that. I needed to let it go. So they popped. I still have them. I put them in a little baggie. And I don't know what I might do with them. I might just really cleanse them in the river and then stage them and put them under the full moon and maybe do it that way. Maybe make some bracelets out of it. I don't know. But I say all that to say, from that day till yesterday, I had no waist beads at all. And it felt really, really weird because I was used to wearing waist beads for almost 3 years straight. And then also because they were just a part of me. So with that being said, from the moment that I bought these to my actual birthday, I was making waist beads for other girls or for events and things like that, and I just started collecting the beads that I know that I would want to wear. So all of the beads that I'm wearing right now currently are all the ones that I put on yesterday on my 32nd birthday. I have these beads on because I want to start fresh. All of these actually have different meanings to them. I actually don't want to start talking about what each one of them mean, because this time around with this bead journey, I'm going to be more private with my beads. I've also taken a vow to practice celibacy this year, only because, just for personal reasons, like, after talking to a lot of my girlfriends, a lot of my girlfriends have respected my decision to practice celibacy, and it's no judgment on anyone who, sleeps with many partners, or not even many partners, but occasionally have occasional sex. I just decided that wasn't for me anymore, because again, that's when you start to hold on to foster all these different energies. And then I really truly believe that I foster them within my beads or any other object, that you might have. But with your beads, you wear those every single day. And of course, when you're active, you're taking on someone else's energy, no matter who they are, sexually and physically. So this helps me really stick to my celibacy act, and then also just being true to myself. I know you're probably asking, well, how long are you going to be celibate? The decision has just been until I'm in a committed relationship. And so with that being said, unless I'm in a committed relationship, I won't be having sex. So how does that tie into my beads? Again, I'm going to be a lot more private with them. In the past, I've always shown my beads. Now you will see me take a picture and some of my beads might be showing. Cool. But no one's going to have access to you. Like, no one's going to be able, like, they're going to be the real deal. What are you touching? Don't touch my stuff. Don't touch my shit. Don't put your hands on my beads. And traditionally, in the African culture, women really didn't show off their beads. They weren't for show in a lot of cultures. They weren't for show. They were for private, for your husband. Additionally, they were for women, like us females, growing through age and different time periods, or different situations. Some women have specific ones for fertility. Some women have specific ones for attracting a certain mate. Things like that. For me, I know that these are serving as a purpose now through this journey for my celibacy, and just moving forward in general. Because even after I'm still going to be, you know, a little more private with my waist beads for now, you know. So I'm not going to go through them, like what each one means, but I'm really excited about the ones that I have. I will tell you about them, probably not show you too much, but I do have a pair, a matching pair with my best friend that I made for her for Christmas. So we have a matching identical pair, and it has an elephant. And if you don't know anything else about me, you know that elephants are my spirit animals and my favorite animals. So I have a copper elephant. I do also have a strand called New Moon. And if you know another thing about me, is I am totally in love with the moon phases. So I have the new moon, full moon, new moon, the moon beads on. And then also another significant one that stands out for me is I did make one each for each of the sipping beads that I did recently, which is a signature event that I do. You can check out my IG, kp.beads, and see those videos from sipping beads. If you don't know what a sipping bead is, just go check out the video. But I did make one for each sipping bead that I did. If you purchase beads and they come on a long string, you're like, well, how do I size it to me? You're going to do that yourself. So this is how they came. Now, I'm not this big, or I can leave them this big and then they'll just be down. Hold on, let me just tuck these in for now so we can focus on these other ones. Now, these are going to be my only tied on strand, so these won't come off at all. The other ones are on elastic, so I can just slide them off, slide them on. So now, like I said, I can leave them this long and tie them, and they'll just be down here. But I know that the ones that I want to tie on, I always tie them up higher because I am, don't judge me, but I am going to be losing this stomach in the next few months, getting back to the gym. So with that being said, I want them to sit kind of high so that when I do lose my stomach, this is me sucking it in, this is where they'll fall. And I like them there comfortably for forever, or whenever I decide to cut them off, which I'm sure I'll cut them off before forever hits. So naturally, without me sucking it in,